SwimOutlet.com delivers the best online shopping experience. With an extensive selection and the lowest prices, you're guaranteed to find the product you need. Here's what you get. Free shipping on all orders over $49. Free 1 to 2 day shipping on all orders over $99. All orders placed by 6 p.m. ship out the same day. Shop at SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop.
This is Race Day, sponsored by SwimOutlet.com of the Day 3 Prelims here in Omaha at the USA Swimming Trials. I'm Tiffany Elias, joined with Jeff Cummings and John Lone, and let's recap this morning's events, starting off with the women's 200 freestyle. Of course, leading the way was Allison Schmidt, 158.0. Right behind her, Dana Vollmer, 158.3, and another 158 in the mix was Missy Franklin.
Yeah, it was really good to see those three girls just say, we're not going to do anything really important right now. Just, kind of wake up this morning because, Allison and just got out of the 400 yesterday. Dana's still riding high from that 100 fly. Missy's got the 100 back to look forward to tonight and the 200 free semifinals. So they're all just conserving energy, just knew what they need to do. And, I just love those guys who are able to do that and feel comfortable doing it.
As much as they conserved energy, you still see the three big names in the 1, 2, 3 spots, which just goes to show the separation that they've made with everybody else in that 200 freestyle. I can't see any order other than those three women in the 1, 2, 3 spots. So now the question is, who do we get in the number 4 hole to really complete that 800 free relay for London?
Well, Megan Romano right there in the mix. We know she took that American record from Dana, and I don't want to count her out. I don't know if I agree with those three in the top mix. Okay. I think she could get in there just after seeing what she threw down at NCAA's. Who knows what she's really capable of.
I just think she just probably worked a little bit harder this morning to get that time where the other three real easy. We've seen them. They're so much more established, so much more just capable of pacing through, and the drops are going to be there bigger, I believe, for that group. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Megan Romano would be a great 4th on that relay. That's for sure.
All right, and also to mention Katie Hoff in an unfortunate situation with her illness.
Yeah, real disappointing. She ate something bad before the 400 free, and her stomach's been messed up for the 2-3 days after that. This was probably her last chance to make the Olympic team. She finishes 20th, doesn't even get into semifinals. And it's a shame because she was the darling of these Olympic trials 4 years ago, 5 victories, and here she is having to walk away with basically nothing. She might swim the 800 free Saturday. That'll be a decision Paul Yetter makes, she said, her coach. Even if she swims it, highly unlikely she can make the team in that event.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is the case, but I think sometimes when, like you said, she was the darling with 5 victories, they come in with this amazing pressure and stress that I have no doubt about it, she's ill. You could just tell from talking with her, this is definitely food and illness induced. But do you think mentally in the back of her head you have some of that negative when she sees Allison Schmidt, Dana, Missy, all these girls who are so aggressive and doing so well, that I just hope that mentally it doesn't keep her in the sick boat a little bit longer than she could be. Maybe she could step up and put together a solid 800.
It couldn't. The thing to me that didn't help was the way she faded in the 400 free. So then she already has a result that's not up to what she wanted. That's the one that she needed to get more out of her head, I think, than the other girls. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the men's 200 fly. A lot of heavy hitters up front. Phelps tying for 3rd, but Bobby Boye 146.69 for 1st. Tyler Clary 157, and Tom Lusinger and Phelps 157.7.
Yeah, I was really kind of pleased with the way Bobby Boye swam. I mean, when he won the national title last summer, I was thinking, maybe this is somebody we should look at, maybe not 1st or 2nd, but, giving Phelps, Clary a good run for their money. And, I think he really could challenge in the final. I think he really has the potential to do that. It remains to be seen if he has the potential to hold with Phelps and Clary in the final in that last 50 meters, but I think this is a good first swim for him.
I think Luxinger was the nice story of the morning, and a lot of people did see this coming because his 200 freestyle the other day, he was 149. That was a career best, so, and I think a 2-second drop. So this is by far his best event. He set the stage for a much better event, and maybe he can be that guy who nobody even saw anywhere near the radar pop on.
I think we're going to see another great swim from Bobby to get into the finals. However, he said it was, I believe, his best time, faster than he ever went in 2008. So I just wonder, Phelps total conserving energy.
Right.
I think Clary totally conserving that energy. I think Bobby put together a pretty solid swim. So I don't know how much more he has to give.
Yeah.
So it was a great swim. It was right where he needed to be. But unfortunately, I think the other guys have a little bit more left in their tank.
That's the beauty part of these prelims and semifinals. It's that trying to piece the puzzle together. Who's doing what? Who's exerted 95%? Who's exerted 70%? When Ryan Lochte there, he's conserving 80% of his energy and putting barely anything in the morning. So it is an interesting how that all unfolds.
Now moving on to the next event was the women's 200 IM. Of course, leading the way was Caitlin Leverance 212, followed by Beisel 213. Ariana Kukers coming in for third with another 213. All of those girls coming out of it saying, just had to do what I needed to do to get into semis.
That's the fun thing about these prelims, like John said, is they just want to just do what they have to do. And when we talked to people like Caitlin and Ariana, they said all we're doing is just getting the lane in the semi, and then when we get to the semi, it's just getting the lane in the final. I think that's very important because that's the mindset they're going to have to get in London, although it's going to take a little more effort to get those lanes in London. But, I think that's a good mindset to have instead of saying I need to go 211, 212.
What's so great is that, speaking to Elizabeth after her swim, as we know, as the Gators and Greg Troy always have such an aggressive lineup, that this is when day 3 events are really starting to pile up. She's got 2 going into finals tonight, the 2 free and the 2 IM. But that's what Elizabeth is actually looking forward to. She's like, I need those events to keep up that stamina, which is just crazy because you get to trials and you wouldn't think, oh, I got to keep my load heavy so I can make it all the way through.
And this is where all those Florida doubles and triples in the Grand Prix meets, especially the triples and the back-to-back events, pay off for these athletes. This is nothing for them. Now they're tapered, they're rested. God, they're used to handling this plus a training session.
Yeah, they're probably thinking 25 minutes rest. Woohoo!
Tremendous, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now I also want to talk about Elizabeth Pelton. She came in 4th with a 213, solid swim. Now she ended up scratching the 100 backstroke going into tonight, which she was right up in the mix. That's going to be a dog fight regardless. But her and her coach ended up scratching the 100 back. Do you think she, A, has a chance to be, that was a good move, that she can make more of an impact in that 2 IM?
I think that's a terrific move by Paul Yetter and her, because if you look at what Missy Franklin and Rachel Bootsma have done, 59.06, 59.10 in the 100 back, they're separated by almost a second from everybody else. Elizabeth Pelton was not going to beat them, so she might as well put the focus on the 200 IM. It's a little bit more of an open event. There's more of a chance for her to get that Olympic spot there. Why waste another 100 meters worth of energy if you can conserve?
And then just that 200 back as well. I mean, behind Missy, there's probably, she could challenge with Elizabeth Beisel to get that second spot.
Well, speaking of events tonight, going into night number 3, we're going to start off with the 200 freestyles, the semifinal for the women, the finals for the men, on to the 100 backstroke finals for both men and women, and then 200 fly semis for the men and 200 IM on the ladies' side. So, most anticipated race of the night.
I think John and I just know it's a men's 200 free. I mean, Lochte Phelps, this is the second finals they've been in. Michael wants to beat Ryan, not just because of the 400 IM, but just from the 200 free at World Championships where Ryan won. Ryan hates to lose too, so I think everybody just knows that this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. For me, I think the time-wise, I think, they're there to race. It will be interesting to see what the time is, because I think this will definitely send a message to people like Taewon Park, Sun Yang, Paul Biederman, Yannick Agnel, who are out there waiting to see what they're going to be up against in London.
I would love to see some 144s tonight from those two guys. Whether that happens, that might be a little bit of an ask, but
yeah, right now I think it's hand on the wall first is really what they care about.
Yeah.
And also the ladies' 100 backstroke. Let's see if Natalie can redeem herself from that semifinal swim yesterday.
I thought before this meet that 59.3 was going to make the team. I think both people on the team are going to go under 59.
They're going 58s tonight.
Which is incredible to think of, especially in textile. To see 2 Americans go under 59 is just absolutely incredible thing to think about even.
And it's going to be a fun race because it's 2 different styles. Bootsman's going to take this thing out crazy fast, and you're going to watch Missy try to reel her in. And hey, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Just that fun stuff.
Well, it's going to be an exciting night going into day 3 finals here at USA Swimming Trials. Thanks for watching our coverage. Make sure to go to Swimming World TV to find interviews throughout the course of this meet. I'm Tiffany Elias with Jeff Cummings and John Lone, and we will see you again after day 3 finals.